What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. Which athlete are you guys most excited to see in Classic Physique Olympia this year? Personally, I am looking forward to see how Chen will compare to the rest of the lineup this year, because he is returning after 3 years and Classic Physique has evolved so much in that time span. We have new stars in the division right now that Breon never stood next to. Shape-wise, I think Breon can battle it out with anyone in this division. He looks very lean from this latest footage. Skin is looking super thin as well. We haven't seen how much the back has improved since Vancouver Pro, because that will be a deciding factor on where he places. The other guy is Logan Franklin, and I know many of you guys do not rate him very high, but that's the only guy in this year's lineup that can be a real dark horse and place much higher than expected, because he has also never competed against guys like Urs and Ramon. And you have to mention these two names because they were in the top 5 last year. Breon Ansley released some front shots at 10 days out of his 7th consecutive Olympia. By himself, he looks awesome. Judging by his past history and how he barely makes with the final day, I am assuming he will lose more fullness, which might hurt him. In fact, that will hurt him. He can lose a bit of fullness from the upper body and he will still be fine. But the quads, they cannot get smaller one bit, because his outer sweep isn't the same as it was years ago. Breon is always on, and I do hope the judges give him a fair shot at his last Olympia. The 212 battle will most likely come down to Sean Clarida and Kamal. These are the most consistent guys when it comes to coming in 100% conditioned. But there are some other names worth mentioning here as well. Kerrith Bajo is looking insane. He pushed Keon Pearson very hard at Tampa Pro earlier this year. And if you just go by conditioning, Kerrith did edge him out. But Keon's shape was just undeniable. Kerrith has his own strengths, a very grainy look to his muscles, and great muscle maturity. Justin Miller is the one coaching him. For the guys who do not know, Justin was also the coach of the late George Peterson, and his guys always nail it condition-wise. Eduardo Correa at 10 days out is looking great. Can he improve his legs at this stage of his career? Technically speaking, he can, but whether it's possible, that's a different story. I am saying this because he is 41 years old and Sean Clarida is 40 years old. And we have seen Sean continuously improving drastically for the last 3 to 4 years. But Eduardo has suffered a lot of injuries. That being said, because of the crazy condition that Eduardo brings, he is a top 10 Olympian nonetheless. Those round muscle bellies are still popping on the blade Dexter Jackson. He is the best looking 53 years old man on the planet right now. Dexter really is the definition of consistency. He wasn't the biggest guy on stage, and yet he kept on beating guys like Rami and Dennis Wolf throughout his career. Those guys overpowered Dexter by almost 50 pounds back in the day. Glad to see a former Mr. Olympia looking so healthy and satisfied post-retirement. And for anyone wondering, will Dexter consider competing in Masters Olympia next year? Then no guys, he is done with competing. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.